Hola, mi gente. Joe Barreto back with you at the Credit Card Connection. I'm so glad you can join me. Well, mi gente, today I'm just going to talk about two quick updates that Chase and American Express have added to their credit cards with benefits. Now, I'm going to jump into both. One is really good. The other, I'm not so sure of, but I'm going to tell you what happened with this particular benefit having to do with Amex that might leave a little bit of a bad taste in your mouth. So let's just jump right into it. The first one is Chase. Now, if you guys recall, the last couple of months in particular, I've spoken about how I really love the American Express premium car rental insurance that they offer, that from $19.99 a month to $24.99 a month, you can get primary coverage from 1 day to 42 days of coverage. And the reason I use Amex and decide to pay that one fee was because it was much better than what Chase was offering on their primary CDW. Now, why did I say that? The one time I used Chase to put in a claim, it took me 8 months to fight to get back my money for a little chip in a glass on a car that I rented while I was driving in Europe. I had to go back and forth literally 8 times over sending proof, sending pictures, sending updates, having to deal with the company in Switzerland, and then having to deal with Chase, the credit card company. And not only that, but then their underwriter for the insurance that they had back then. When they would call me, it came up as Alliance, and it was a company in Virginia at that point. It was brutal. And the more I looked into those particular benefits that Chase was offering for their car rental and their travel protections, I noticed that the biggest complaints when it came to Chase was dealing with that particular underwriter and issuer of insurance. Thank goodness, effective, and I'm going to read it off of here, October 1st, 2024, Chase is changing their insurer so that it increases. And even in the email that they sent me, it says, we're always working to improve our benefits experience. So I'm going to read to you exactly what it says here. It says, to provide you with a more seamless experience, all of the travel and purchase protections benefits will now be available on one website for easier access. Again, notice one website. I went through hoops dealing with e-claims, which was horrific. It says, we also changed the benefits administrator and underwriter for your benefits. Okay. So now it says after October 1st, 2024, it's going to be Virginia Surety Company, which is an assurance company to file a claim. Before it was Alliance, like I said. So this is huge. This might push me now to maybe back off and pay that extra for the Amex. I'm not sure yet because it's only $19. But if I'm using a Chase card to rent the car, in particular, let's say the Reserve, now I'm not going to be as concerned and just say, you know what, I don't want your car rental insurance from Hertz or Avis or National, because I'm going to trust that this is going to be the case. But like everything else, I'm not going to jump on it right away because I want to see how they roll this out beginning October 1st, 2024. But for those of you that are planning on renting a car in the future and have a Chase card, just know that it can't be worse than what they had when I used the card for their primary rental coverage. So that's one improvement. The other one is that they're extending on the Reserve and the Preferred and a little bit watered down versions on the other Flex cards and things like that, and Freedom cards. The partnership with Dash Pass, you're going to get it now through 2027. It's going to include the free Dash Pass membership. They're also going to give you, if you have the Reserve, you're going to get 2 promos of up to $10 each on a calendar month for groceries and convenience things, and other purchase items like that. If you have the Sapphire Preferred, they give you one $10 promo credit. Okay? So for Chase, 2 benefits that have changed that this should help that experience in using the insurance service and the Dash Pass service that they have in the membership for that. Now, jumping over to American Express. I've put up several videos over the last couple of months, and now with American Express celebrating their 40th anniversary of card membership and all these benefits that they're pushing out. So, they have now, if you stay 2 nights, let's say, through the FHR, you can get the 3rd night free. That's huge. They have the event going on at the US Open Tennis in New York that they're giving big access to that event as a part of the membership. Now, there's one benefit. Now, for those of you that have American Express cards, you know that, especially if you use an app like Max Rewards that adds, or CardPointers that'll add the offers to your cards automatically, how sometimes when you look, if you have multiple American Express cards, there's one offer that can come out in 3 and 4 of them, right? That's great. So you could have one offer shown in all the cards. Here's what just happened to me not even 10 minutes ago. So I was approved for a new card from Amex, a business card. And I wanted to add to that the new offer that they had for Dell, getting 10% off up to $1,000, where Amex would credit you a statement. Okay? I went to add it, and it said, cannot add offer, even though it showed on the app and online for that particular business card. A pop-up window shows up, and it says, already added to another card. So I said, I've never seen that before. So I jump on the app, I start chatting back and forth, and I'll put the chat messages behind me. And the gentleman there says, yeah, I find that strange. It should show up on all your cards. So I said, okay, great. He goes, here's the phone number for you to call the online benefits administrator help. So I called that number. When I called, we were going back and forth, and he kept saying, are you sure you're clicking the right thing? And I was like, yeah, I've done this for 35 years that I've been a member with American Express. And I told him I get the pop-up window. So he puts me on hold, comes back a few minutes later and says, I see what you're talking about now. I said, okay, so can you add the offer for me? He said, no. It seems that Amex now has on certain offers, and you have to go down deep dive into their terms and offers, that it might not show up on all your cards anymore, even though it shows up on the Platinum card now. It showed up attached to the Blue Business card that I have. I didn't put it on the Blue Business Plus card, but it's there. Once it's on one card, on certain items, according to him, not all of them, it can't be undone and added to the card of your preference. I'm telling you this because I said, well, how do I get around that? How can I be sure that an Amex offer is going to go specifically to the one card that I know I'm going to benefit most from? Is there a way to set one as a default? Now, according to him, he said, when you go online, you select the card that you wanted to be first. I said, I don't want it to show up first in the app. I want it to show up first to be able to get the benefits and awards attached to it, right? He really couldn't give me a clear answer on that. I'm going to have to call them back. But I want you guys to know that this is yet another instance in which there is some sort of clamping down of benefits and things like that Amex is putting out. I have no idea why, if they're telling me I can add it to a card, a particular card, now it limits me. Because let's say I made a mistake and picked the wrong card by mistake. You can't undo it according to the 2 different representatives. One on the chat, one over the phone. So it looks like later on this week, I'm going to call again. I'm going to roll the dice and shoot my shot and see if I can have someone undo this. But I'm only saying this to you guys now because if you have certain offers that are coming, especially now with back to school in New York and New Jersey hasn't started yet, but in other parts of the country it has, there's a lot of offers out there that you would want on one particular card that gives you more bang for your buck, you should have the option of adding it to that card and not having it just randomly go to something else. So, mi gente, this was a short one, but it was an important one. And I thank you so much for being here. As always, I thank you for giving me the privilege of your time. Until next time, mi gente, take care.